Hello, hello. Hello, sleepy Arpan. It's been a while. Let me make sure that I close a few things. That should be good. Hello, Foop Foop? Foop Foop? How are you doing? I stole your Alacrity config. Good job. Do you like it? And no worries, it's open source, so feel free to use it. Hello, Estranged HD, how are you doing? Let me do this. Hello, Jasper. I'm doing great. How are you? Doing good, doing good. Nice, nice. I want to work a bit more on this invoice system, and I want to implement like a little calendar component. We'll see how it goes. Hello, Robert. How are you doing? Recently just launched what I've been working on for the past couple of months. Ooh, interesting. What did you work on? Do you have a link? Do you have a link? By any chance? Ooh, let me see. A new app that helps you navigate a vast content landscape by joining all creator socials into one. Ooh. Oh, I see. Interesting. Is this like notify me? Like same idea, but one app, one feed. That's cool. Nice, good job. Good job. Thank you for the resub. I mean, I was getting nervous that I got subs and I wasn't streaming anymore. And now you resub. Don't sub. Stop subbing. But thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, you haven't been streaming either, have you? How are you doing? If you see me sweating or something, it's like 30 degrees Celsius, which is like 87 in that weird American thingy. Kind of like Notify, yeah, a couple differences, and we made it as two teenagers in 3 months while in education. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. 82. It's still hot. It's still hot. It's like PPP. I think it's PPP. Yeah, that's pretty good. Date functions, documentation. How is the music? I found another DMCA free thingy. Just something random. I'm live on Twitch. Nice. So yeah, I want to make a little calendar in here because I'm working on my little invoicing system and I have like dummy data now, but I want to have a little calendar where you can see the current months, can switch between months and see the active invoices on it and little icons for their current state so that you get a little overview. Hey there, cutie. Oh, hello. Which region are you from? It's super hot here in Bruges. I'm from Ghent. So it's warm in here as well. So yeah, I was looking at formats and I think there is something like PPP, but I just want like June 2020. I don't know if there's like a dedicated thing for it, but if not, I guess we can make it, which is gonna be, let's see, like this thing, and then the year in full, which is gonna be, I think, just Wise. Why are they using such weird whatever. That's good. I'll get this into its own component just so that we have like a bit more breathing room. Calendar? I guess so. Okay. Something like back, and then in here, let's do this, and then another button, next, which is gonna be ugly for now. Let's make this flex call justify between. Oh. Yeah, that makes more sense indeed. Full width. Okay. Maybe let's use hero icons. Angle, arrow, chevron, Chevron left will do. Chevron left. Is it gonna be... I have two options. Solid or outline. I don't think it matters much. Let's do solid. Yeah, solid. And text gray 400. What do we get? Okay, nice. But then in this case, chevron right. That's kinda neat. Hey Kodiko, how you doing? How are you doing? Let's make this a thick boy. I've been sleeping like shit, but I've been feeling better today. Oh, is it because of the heat or just some in general? I hope you sleep better tonight. I'm not sure. That sucks. I'm a pretty good sleeper, but every time I'm having like a bad night, then I'm lost for the day. Wow, that's not what I wanted to do. This is better. Okay, so one thing I want to do is now set now use dates, new dates, import is from React, sure, and then whenever we click this one, I want to say set now to be submonths current. I think you can do submonths singular, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Two arguments required but only one present. Oh, yeah. Of course. I can go back, but I can't go further. So, in that case, let's do the inverse. Add months. It's so warm in here. Okay, and I guess I want to make this like a button as well, just so that you can go to now, actual now. Yeah, let's do that. Set now, new dates. That should do the trick. Nice. All right. what's next. So this is like our little header. Maybe one thing I can do, because I don't know how it looks on stream, it might be fine. Yeah, it might actually be fine. I was about to remove everything but the calendar, but I guess it's okay. So we want another div with stuff in here. Okay. So what shall we do here? My guess is like a grid. Grid calls 7 for 7 days, and grid rows 6. Bgret 500. So that's like can't I do this? That's annoying. Okay, this will do the trick. So basically what I want to do is start is gonna be, let's think. If we have a calendar and we are in the current month, then what I want to do is start of month. For now, this is gonna give me the first of this month, but I actually want the first of that that week, I guess. Start of week. And then I think there is an option with week starts on, yeah, which is gonna be 1. And then end is gonna be similar, end of week, and end of month, something like this. And then one thing we can do is JSON.stringify start and end. Will that work? Yeah, so for June, that's gonna be the 30th of previous month, which makes sense. Yeah, I think this is good. I think this is good. Don't you need to change the week starts on for end of week? No, because this one is so this will still have a week starts on, and that's just because I'm currently just caring about Monday through Sunday. If I want to make this like more robust for American people, then I might want to make it configurable, but it still needs that week starts on thingy. So let's see. Now I want to make like an actual grid. So I think one thing I can do is I might be able to do this in line, which is gonna be interesting. And I also don't think I want to. Do I want 6 rows? I'm going to omit them for now because I also want the header bar. So I need a range. So one thing I can do is range. Do I have a function for this? Range, yep, which takes an amount. And I think there is a difference in days for start and end. And I should be able to map it. And I think my value is gonna be the index. I think that's how I implemented it. Let's see. We map it to I, so yep. And then I should be able to do something like this, where we say I want to print, and then I want add a day or add days to the start. And we want to add the index because the first one doesn't need one, so that's 0, so that should be fine. And here I think we can just do something like dd. Is it dd? Yeah, dd. It's gonna complain for keys, but let's see how far we got so far. Nothing. Oh, this, I might have messed this part up. So this should probably be end start. There we go. And it's gonna be +1. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. I think I want 6 weeks always, because otherwise we'll probably have some jumps. Like in this case we have 6 weeks, in this case we have 5 weeks. So we can make this a bit better and add weeks, start 6. And now that we have this, we have like empty stuff over here. So one thing we can do is end of week again. Week starts on 1, and this should fill up the rest. That's pretty cool. Okay. And what I want to do is current is gonna be add days, essentially this one. Current. And the reason for that is so that I can use current dot because if I use the index, then we sort of have an issue if we switch months. So now it will be unique. So this is kind of cool. So let's start styling it a little bit. It's gonna get ugly real quick. What will this give me? 10, 10. That's not too bad actually. So here's one thing we can do. Gap 2. This is kind of okay. So now one thing I want to do is make sure that this little header is big or big enough. So how much padding do we have? PY3. Okay, so this should technically be PB3 so that it's like centered. That's okay, that's okay. It's not the prettiest, but it's okay. So a few things you want to do here. Let's and text gray 400s. Oh, damn. Thanks for the sub, Alex. Alexander Bloom. Thank you, thank you. But please stop subbing. I feel guilty when I don't stream. But thank you, I appreciate it. Is this actually visible on stream, the background? Because I'm not sure. On my bad screen it isn't. And I have to... What background? So I have a little grayish background on these tiles. And I was wondering if it's like readable. Because I can go 100 or even 400 just for like, it's not visible for me. So this should be visible, right? Okay, so I'll work with like a very more contrasty version of this. Hello, Karsten Pet. Yeah, it's really depends on the type of monitor you have. Oh damn! Thanks for the resub, Karsten. Thank you very much. So one thing I want to do is make sure that only the items in the current like month are with this background thingy. So we can do that by doing, and let's make this a bit smaller. Okay, we can do that by going in here, class names, I think there is a method for this. Same month or something? Same month? Yeah. Is same month. And essentially what I want to do is if the current one is the same month than the now one. If that's the case, then I want to say BG gray 300. And in this case, so this looks kind of funky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's because of my +1 now. That's not necessary, I think. Wait, hold up. This one is necessary, but in here, add weeks. Oh, I don't want to add 6 weeks. I want 6 weeks in total, so I want to add 5 weeks. This makes a bit more sense. I do want to make it a bit lighter, I think, by default. BG gray, let's say 100 for now. Okay, that will do. And is this actually right? We are currently the 16th, Wednesday 16th, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, this is correct. This is correct. I still feel like this one is not good though. So I want I want 2 more, which makes 5 there. Yeah, that's a bit nicer. All right, so what's next? Maybe highlighting the current day. That's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be is today. Current. And if it is today, I want a border. And border, let's say black for now, just so that we can see it. Hi, will this calendar component be open source? Looks really nice. I don't know, maybe, maybe not. Let's see, border 2. Maybe add the week names. Yeah, I will do that like right now. Let's do it real quick. So we can do that by... Should I do it a proper way, or should I cheat? I can sort of cheat, right? I can do range 7 days, and then I want to map it, and I want to map it to like a div like this, and get a key of I. In this case, it's fine because I'm not going to change that. Let's skip those for now, skip that for now, skip this for now. Week numbers also. I don't use week numbers actually. Thanks for the follow, Oscar. Oscar does programming. Holy, that beard suits you, dude. Thank you. Here's a little secret. I'm just a lazy dude and I don't want to shave. That's the real secret. So this is technically gonna be format, add days to start of week of now, and it's gonna be I, and this is gonna be week starts on 1, something like this. Wait, what? Oh, and what did I use? DD, but it's not gonna be DD. It's gonna be, where is it? Where are you? Week, numbering, Monday. Oh, here it is. Just E. Okay. E. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Nice, that works. So I think one thing I can do is, because this start variable is always going to be on a Monday, or whatever the week starts on variable is. So what I can do is this, and that should result in the same thing, but it does not, because this should not be 1 but should be index. Oh, just I. Never mind. Never mind. Join the Discord. Yes, please do. So let's style this a little bit better, because it's not centered right now, and that's just because this thing. So let's say text center. Hello, Estract. How are you doing? So now it's centered. I think I just want it like white, and this can stay. Oof, this is too big. This is too big. But let's add some vertical spacing, some breathing room. I think this is quite nice. This is quite nice already. So wherever I did border black, I want to do border gray 900 maybe, but a little bit of see-through. So in our future version, the next version of Tailwind, instead of doing this and then border opacity 25 or 50, we have a shorthand for this, which looks like this. Doing great. Finally able to catch your stream. Nice. Welcome. I've been doing well. It's warm, but apart from that, it's been okay. It's been okay. All right, so next thing is maybe adding, since you're kind of making a date picker, give the current date a unique color. I'm not really making a date picker. This is not for like getting the current date. It's more like looking at the calendar and seeing information. Is this project going to be open source, or are you building it for yourself? I'm building it for myself, and I still didn't decide on whether or not I should open source it or should make it like a real thing. Not sure yet. Not sure yet. But yeah, the current day, one thing we can do is BG gray, or maybe something crazy like this. And then what I should do in here is, I was curious because it would, yeah, it's, yeah, I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'll open source parts of it, maybe everything, maybe nothing. If you join the Discord, I'm also putting a lot of information there on how I achieve certain things. Like this little graph here is made from scratch using just SVGs. And if you look at like, these are like, this is based on real data, the fastest payment and the slowest one. And if you go to like an actual client of yours, you get some information like how many people there are, some basic information of the company itself, invoices, all the states of them. I did improve my invoices themselves a little bit. So a few things I did is I added a little bit of art up here. So the little squares and circles. And other stuff I did at the bottom is thank you for doing business together. And this is actually my real invoice template that I use in real life, which is kind of fun. And another fun part is that this randomness. So when I cycle through the invoices, you will see that the stuff at the top is random, but it's like stable for this invoice specifically. So if I refresh, this art is like stable for invoice 17. In here, this one is stable for invoice 16, which was interesting. So basically that's using a random, but with a seed. And I think I have, here is the code for it. Feel free to read it. So essentially what happens is there's like some basic information by default. And if you provide a seed, we will make sure to change the initial values. And then every time you call random, you sort of update them. So if you call it multiple times, you still get a random value, but you can also seed it. And that's basically what's happening. Because I will seed it with the invoice number. And then if I call random multiple times for the same invoice, so for example, each individual little icon up here or art piece is like a random call. Do I have this in my big heading? Art? Art. Okay. So basically what I do is I generate like a, this is split into like a 12 cell grid. So 4x3. Thank you, Karsten. And then what I'm doing is the art itself is pretty funky. I'm positioning it in each cell so that I have a sort of a random distribution. And then I just move the top and the left based on the random value. and I rotate based on a random value, and I don't know why this is here twice, but that's not necessary. But it's kind of funny because now this one is like not stable anymore. Are you building this for Tailwind UI? I am not. What else is interesting in here? Nothing. So these are upcoming invoices. So basically what I want to do is now, whenever you have, so this list of invoices, or do you want a specific date and have a specific status? So what I want to do is for each day, I want to collect like all the invoices and put little dots at the bottom with like the status color. And then whenever you click on it, you get like an overview of all the invoices. Do you think you would consider integrating WebSockets or any form of alerts that update as they come in? Currently, I'm using it as a tool to generate invoices and send them, but not really to get invoices, like not receiving invoices. One cool thing I did is, and I'm not sure how I will be able to showcase this. Ooh, there's like a little bug. Which is I've added, so I have the concept of accounts. And so each account is your company, and then the others are clients. And one thing you can do is subscribe to this calendar. So for the people that have been here, this is like another projection. So for the people that have not been here, one thing I do is for every event that comes in, I basically generate some data in a projection table. And then I have an ICS file generator. And what it will do is it will, for the past 2 months and the next 3 months, it will generate some data for your ICS file. I think one thing I can try is, do I have a, can I showcase this? Can I showcase this? Where's my calendar app? Can I open my calendars in like private mode? I don't think so. That's a bummer. However, one thing I can show you is when I go to this URL, undefined. That's also interesting. API. This should do the trick. Anyway, so I'm using this ICS package, and then I'm receiving all the invoices, setting like a title. This is invoice, and then the invoice number, start and end, and then a description of the current status, the current client, and the invoice number. And I wanted to do the history, but I haven't done that yet. I want to make a real projection for this so that it's like easier to do. And then there's like random data you can set in there, like the category. I don't know why that's needed. The status of confirmed. So in Gmail or like Google Calendar and your Apple Calendar, you get like a little check mark, the state, which is gonna be free, because otherwise this is gonna be a full day event. And if you don't set it as free, and you are using other tools that look at your calendar to determine whether you're free or not, then that would not be good. And then the attendees, or it's just me. I could add like the contact of the client, but for now it's just me doxing myself with my email address. It's fine, it's fine. All right, let's go back to this thing. Is there a particular reason you are building the API in the Next project itself instead of an external Express app, for example? Yeah, so currently I don't really need an API. I'm mostly using, like, if you go to, let's see, admin index. Yeah, I have a get server side props up here, and I just talk to my database directly. So I can create an API, but I don't need to. And there are some parts where I have an API. Where is it? Pages API. Like this ICS one is one. But the nice part about this is if you deploy this to Vercel, then it's like automatically distributed across the globe. So that's pretty nice. Oh, I think my music stopped. Let's see. Music, where are you? DMCA free. Is this good? Let's see. What are you using for your DB? I'm using multiple DBs, but mostly MySQL for now. All right, let's see if we can design some little dots. After stream, do you mind tossing me a Discord DM? Would love to further chat with you about a couple. Sure, join the Discord, and you can either talk in there or DM me with your questions, and I'll get back to you. BG Red 500s. Class name. Let's see. I want this one to be pretty small. Maybe this is already too big. H2. Rounded full. Rounded full. BG Red 500. This is not a good idea, Robin, because you should not use the same color. Okay, so few things here. This is gonna be flex. Item center and justify center. So that's nice. And then the other one I want to do is say flex call, and justify between. That should put it at the bottom, which is kind of nice. Any resources recommendations for starting out with event sourcing? So yeah, so if you want to just get to know the concepts, then I think a good way is to just look into DDD in general. So there's like the red book and the blue book. So that's domain-driven design. And apart from that, if you on YouTube, there are like great talks by Greg Young, for example. If you want to learn event sourcing with like PHP, for example, then there are a few packages from, and there's a course from Spatie for PHP. So sort of depends on which language and what you want to learn exactly. Oh my god, this song is already over. Let's do this one again. Okay, let's see what this music is about. Okay. So apart from the fact that this is all looking pretty ugly, this is kind of okay-ish. I think I even want this small, too small. This might be better. Do I have orange? Yeah, I do. Okay. So let's maybe accept some state. Any plans to open source this project or parts of it? Not sure yet. Maybe some parts, maybe everything, maybe nothing. Haven't decided yet. I think I want to call this events. That's pretty generic. Let's see. Events is gonna be a list of events. Interface of event, and I think at least I don't even want to worry about the ranges. So just a single date should do for me. So dates, and then at least a color. And that should be enough. That should be enough. Yeah, it should be enough. So now that we have this, I basically want to do... This is gonna get interesting. I want to group it. Because I don't want to loop over all the events for every single thing. Is my cube game enabled? Oh, it is. Interesting. Interesting. So how shall we group things? We will do this. We will reduce this. This is gonna be a group. This is gonna be the current event. This is gonna be an object. Sure. And I think I want to group by... I'm just gonna use the day, and then we can further improve it by memoizing. Because if you provide like a list for 5 years, you only want it for the current month. But yeah, this should be fine. So I guess I want a key. The key is gonna be event.dates. And this is gonna be, let's format this thing. And the date is gonna be, I'm gonna be really lazy for this, which is gonna be this thing. And then we can say group key is gonna be group key or a list. And then we say group key, push the event in, and then we return the group. So if I look at this thing, that's just gonna be an empty object. What's the reason behind using let instead of const? It's shorter. Yeah, that's an empty object, which makes sense. Where are we using our calendar? In here. Events. This is gonna be our invoices. One fun thing we can do actually is make this a function that receives the current date range, and then we can fetch it and then cache it if we already have it. But I guess this will be fine for now. Let's see, where are we going to get this information from? Account ID, status, issue date, order by. I want to keep this part. Yep. Let's make this calendar events, just so that we have a dedicated thing. Calendar events, because I know it's gonna be an actual invoice, but that doesn't really matter. Props dot calendar events, and then we want to map it, because this is gonna be our invoice, but we also need like the date, which is gonna be the issue date, which is gonna be a string. So this needs to be, let's do parse this thing, and then we need a color, which is gonna be maybe something like this for now. And now I have to refresh this one to get the actual data. And now we should see something, at least. Yep, so we have a list, and we have a bunch of data, and we should have a color, and we also should have a date, which we have here. So that's good. What did I do wrong? There we go. Back to our calendar. So this now means that we can steal this part, that we can do this part, and that we can use current over here. And events is gonna be grouped of key or an empty array. And then in here, what we should be able to do is events map event this thing, and the key is gonna be format event.date ppp, and this should be class names, sure, and this should be event.color. So this should give me stuff. Implicitly has type any. Excuse me. We can solve this by doing as records of string events, I think. I think that's one way of doing it, and it's not event, but it's gonna be a list of events. Yep. So now it's failing, and I'm not entirely sure why. It's maybe, oh, you know what? When is this one? July 2019. There we go. Here are a few. So we need some spacing. Space x1. That's kind of cool. So one thing we should do is let's see if I can seed my database of development a bit better and get dates for now. So how are we going to do this? I think I have this thing. Yeah. Not good enough, not good enough. Is this still 2019? It is. So yeah, it's because we are doing sub. Okay. Let's say between 1 and 5 months from now. That might be too crazy, but we'll see. In over 1 year. Oh my goodness. Hello, hello. Hello, Den Viersha. I'm sorry for butchering your name. Welcome. Let's make this 10. What is the best way to add protected route in Next.js like we do in React? I think there is a documentation page for it. You go to Next, Docs, Protected, or Authorized. Or Authenticated. Yeah. There might be something in here that's gonna be useful for you. Or one thing you can do is buy nitro.dev from Vape Juice Jordan, and he already has it set up. So you can use this as a scaffold tool. Yeah, my current project doesn't even have authentication at all. Okay, so anyway, now we have our little dots down here. Yeah, I just started this stream. Did I really ruin it? Give me like a good data point. I mean, is it the package or your custom code? Custom code. Okay. So here we have some more information now. Okay. So let's start and get the actual proper color. So one thing that I can do is export let status background color map. And essentially still this thing. And then delete till this part. Do it again, do it again, do it again. Take this part, go to the index page. Say this. Get an error, import this thing. So I'm using, this is not that readable yet. So let's see, this is the current implementation. So essentially we start with the current date, which is now, and then we are using date functions so that we can get the start of the month, start of the week, so that we can get the first one here. So this is start of the month, this is start of the week, and then we add 5 weeks. So that's gonna be somewhere in here, and then we add, make sure it's also like end of week. So because there will be times like in here, this one will be the 5th week, and then we do end of week so that we get here. And then whenever we go next and previous, we add a month or subtract a month. All right, so this is a bit too dark. So what I would like to do instead is maybe something like 300. I don't know. This is not really readable, so what can we do instead? One thing we can do is change the background to a border, and then we do something like BG. I know the names don't really match now because it's like background color map, but I'm essentially injecting styles. So one thing we can do for fun is transparent. Is that how you spell transparent? And then say something like border 2. That works, but it doesn't look great either. So let's revert this for a second. And let's change this to... Let's go crazy for now. Oh, and of course, border should be changed to backgrounds. Robin, stream with me one day. Okay. What do you want to stream? Tell me. Oh, here's a cool thing. Here's a fun thing. Okay, no, this is ugly. $600 maybe? Oh, I did the wrong thing. Oh, it's so hot in here. $25. How do you keep the spacing of the window so neatly? Oh. Oh, that doesn't work? Yikes. Okay, there you go. I'm not sure what we would work on, but something. Okay, cool. I'm listening. I guess I will keep it the ugly way for now, just so that you can see it on stream. But then after stream I can probably improve it and share some screenshots on Discord. One thing that is really bugging me is the fact that the spacing in between them, like in the columns, is like way bigger than vertically. So that's something I do not want. So there's one way to fix this. There's multiple ways of fixing this. One thing I can do is don't use a fixed width and let it smoothly flow, but then it's not square. Or I can make the whole thing like perfect square. Let's try all the options. Let's try all the options. This is kind of okay-ish, actually. Yeah, I guess this is fine, honestly. Okay, so next thing is, what would be cool if we could click it, that we get an overview somehow. Might be tricky, but I think I know a way to do this. So let's design it before actually implementing the thing. Clap, I lost. Sorry, what did you do? Oh, were you playing like... I'm confused. I'm confused. I am confusion. It is an expression. Okay. I am still confused. When you like something. Ooh. Nice. Thank you. In that case, I guess. Maybe. Something. Words. I'm Ubi from Discord. Oh. I remember your name. Let me double check if I know which Ubi. Oh, I know who you are. Okay. I see QRS. Gosh. So yeah, we're building this very ugly calendar over here. Too many emotes. Yikes. Too many emotes. So how should it look when we click something open? So currently I'm going to assume that this calendar is going to be on the right, and I don't even want to think about if it's like positioned somewhere else on the screen. So I'm thinking if we could maybe like have a little overflow going on here. Beautiful these dots look. Beautiful dots, the best dots. I think for stream purposes, maybe just go to 2. This might be okay-ish. Let's see. Where do we have our stuff? In here, okay. Div. Did you build the calendar yourself? Yeah, we just did here on stream. Go back to the beginning of the VOD and you can follow along. Absolute. BG white. Let's add some padding, huge padding. Let's add some shadow. Let's add some roundedness. Yeah, something like this. Where did it go? It's here. Okay, fine, good. Let's say top 0. Will this get me to the actual top? Nice. Let's say bottom 0. Also nice-ish. That's okay, that's fine. I guess that's fine. One thing we can do is let's force a width and let's do something like, I don't know, lefts. Do we have full? Yes, this sort of works, but I bet it's like overflow hidden. So if I don't do this, it should pop up. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so what stack are you going to use for the backend? I'm currently using MySQL and the built-in backend stuff for Next.js. So all of this is real data. Well, real fake data. That makes sense. Let's see if I can do this. Event store DB. No, I'm using my own event store. Here's my event store. This is a structure for it. Just like an ID, an aggregate ID, version, event ID, event name, payload, and timestamp. And then my actual projections are stored in here, like a bunch of accounts. Those are, so we have users, that's the user you log in with. You have accounts, those are, you can think of it as your companies that you work for. You have your clients. Activities is for this thing, so this little timeline. So if you go to like a certain client, you have this as well. So fill history, it's currently pretty ugly if you have a lot of data, but essentially it starts with edit this thing, edit the client, edit some contacts, that kind of stuff. Some contexts, then the actual invoices, payment methods, small statistics. This is literally used for these up here, these blocks. Okay, so this full thing is not what I want. Because left full is gonna be maybe right full. No, that's not what I want either. Hello, Dr. Skunk, how are you doing? This is 0, left 0. And hello, Tilly-Milly. I didn't say hi yet. Just took a shower to cool off. Yeah, it's pretty hot in here. It's 24 degrees, but I don't know what it is inside, but it's hot right now. That's for sure. On your 3D printer, you saw 29 degrees. That's a little flex over there. So one thing we can do is essentially cheat by doing this. Is this gonna be enough? No, this is not gonna be enough. But felt like 36. Yeah, I'm sweating. What is 96? So it's 96 times, what is it, 4 to, oh, it's divided by 4, 24 rems. And I guess I can do something like left, like this, and like this. Wait, hold on. I'm doing strange stuff right now. Why is this not working? Why you no work? Oh, can't I do arbitrary values with left? 24 rems, yeah. Is there like a... Does this exist? It does exist. Nice. Hex. Okay, cool. So what I will do is get rid of this thing. It looks so bad. But I can work with this for now. So let's say I want to have I want to mimic this structure, which is gonna be shadow rounded LG. It's gonna be this part, I guess. Shadow rounded LG and this part. Yep, that will do the trick. That will do the trick. And then in here we get like something, events. And then I guess in here we can render stuff. But one thing that's gonna be cool to do is if we have some states, like something, set something. I don't know what it is yet, but it's gonna be, let's say true for now. And one thing we can do with this is, let's say we have class names over here. Do this thing, get rid of this one. If we have something, then we have rounded LG on the left. Otherwise we have rounded LG everywhere. And this also means that I can do it over here. And when we have something, it's gonna be rounded RLG. Otherwise, it's gonna be rounded LG. So now these things, when I zoom in a little bit, there's like no weird rounded stuff going on, and it's like one big thing. Which means that I can also put it to false. And in this case, it will be the full thing. And I guess technically we don't even need this. And the reason for that is because I want to do this instead and then say, if we have something, then I want to render this. And this means that I can technically do this again. So now there's nothing. And what we can do is it this one? Button, click, set something true. Okay. So now we can click stuff and we can get this little pop-up thing going, and now I'm just essentially just toggling stuff. But this is kind of cool. Cheating too much? Wait, what am I doing? Yeah, I think this is okay. I think this is okay. So now we have to just decide what sets something and something actually means. Yeah, it was like ages ago. I'm sorry. So this something is gonna be let's say view date, or I don't know, view date. I do not. Set view date, day, wow, date. And this is gonna be null, and then set view. This is gonna be current. And what I can do is, this is gonna be date or null. Okay, good. So in this case, this should be formats of view date, PPP 10th 12th. Getting my ass to work in boring banking stuff. Boring banking stuff. Enjoy. Have a good one. Alright, so we have this stuff now. Next up, let's display a list of invoices. One thing we can do for that is essentially look into... I can't close it right now. Essentially doing this thing. Or we can do like a layout like this. That also works. Do we have any dates where we have... Oh, wait, I broke something. They are not centered anymore. What did I break? BG Red 500. Oh, I see what I... Yep, okay. This is because of the button. Because buttons are so fun. Widthful, and I guess I also already have a flex. This should be okay. Is it not? Interesting, interesting. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't even... I kind of like this. You have two over here, that's gonna be interesting. And here we have different states, so maybe we'll work with this one to differentiate between the two, so that we can see the differences a bit better. All right. Okay, here's one thing we can do, which is gonna be the grouped variable we had from previously above there, based on the view date. So that's gonna be... Okay, let's do this instead. And please don't kill me for this. No promises. Thanks. So essentially events grouped key. Let key is gonna be format view date of PPP, and in here you'll delete this, and now prettier do your job. Thank you very much. And now one thing we can do is say events.map events. That's a good prettier. Good boy. Give it a cookie. Good idea. I can give it a UUID as a surprise. Can I type a UUID somewhere? Here. Here's a UUID. You're welcome. Let's key. Where did we... Yeah, this should be fine. Oh, it's showing up. It's showing up. Okay, never mind. Never mind. This is gonna be event.date. Sure. And And one thing I want to do is let's see, how are we going to render this stuff? Because I might want to use this for other stuff as well. So one thing that we can do is, oh, this is gonna be interesting. So let's make this a generic, and we know that this is gonna be event. It's gonna extend an event. So this can become T. And now that we have this, what we can do is have a callback, which is gonna be children with a value of T. And it's gonna return me something, and that something is gonna be, I think it's gonna be a JSX element. Yes, I think that's fine. So let's take children here, and wherever we had this part, let's do children, and we call it with event, because this event should be T. Why is this complaining? Children is undefined. Sure. Why? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Calendar, and then in here we get something, and we can return a div magic. This should do something. We get our magic stuff from here, and this also means that this one should get an event, and because we used a generic, we know whatever was passed in here we get here. So it's basically our actual event, and additionally the date and the color. So now we can use all of that information, which means that we could technically do something like, I don't know, total. That should just be visible when I click on it. So that's the total in cents. And the cool part about this is now I should be able to upcoming invoices, tiny invoice. That's kind of fun, tiny invoice. Oh, total, where were we? Don't need this anymore, and our invoice is technically gonna be in the event itself, which means that this should just work, and it should also have like the hover stuff, which is kind of fun. And this one is like in a draft state and in the past, so therefore this like little animation is playing. This also means when we go to one where we have multiple things, it should show. And then I think we also had one where we have multiple or different states, like this one. Oh, it shows 3 items. Is this like a undefined is not an option? Oh, this one makes sense because when we look at our group thingy, we will only push stuff for the one that exists. So in this case, it won't. So we have to do something like this. So in here we only have 2. And I wonder if is this just a bug? It is a bug. That's also interesting. Why is that happening? Events, format, event, date, PPP. Why is it complaining? Event is assignable to type of constraint of type T, but T could be instantiated with different subtype of constraint T. Yeah, that's fine. Should I do an unknown? Because I actually don't care at all. Yeah, this is fine. So now our key stuff is incorrect here, which is kind of funny. 16, 16, 16. Does it reset properly when I go to an empty one? So this is incorrect, clearly. Let's see. Two children with the same key should be unique. Oh. I'm so stupid. Yep, that makes sense. The reason is we have multiple events for the same date, and I'm using this current date as the key. So what I want to do instead is like ID in here. Interface ID, let's make this a string for now, and then this part should complain. So what we can do here is invoice ID, which is a number. Okay, here is another way to cheat, which is number or string. Alright, bootstrapping a new app in Next.js instead of create React app. Nice. Hi, Seropian. How are you doing? Let's see. Stuff. 2 dates, 2 different ones, a single one, 2 again, 2 different ones. Nice, fixed it. Alright, so back to our calendar. Events. This one can be a bit nicer. So for starters, I want to wrap this in a div again. And let's say space y of 2. Should put some padding between them. Maybe even 3 because of the little animation that's going on. Okay, that's fine. Now this one could be interesting. But what if I make it a little bit more bold and more breathing room? This is kind of a nope. So I've been adding lots of headless UI goodness to Astral lately. It's so good. Thank you. I'm happy that you are liking it. And if you have bugs, feel free to open an issue and I'll look into it. There's like a few outstanding bugs that have been fixed and are available on the dev branch. So you can do npm install headless UI, add headless UI /view. I'm assuming you are using Vue, and then add dev. So space y, let's do 3 here as well, just to get more breathing room between those two, which is fine-ish. I'm really not happy with this semi-bold. So medium maybe. And this is, let's see if I can do something like this. Yikes, this is no bueno. How long have I been streaming? Almost 2 hours. Okay, let's go on a little longer. I commented on an issue someone else filed about missing transitions when opening models from inside menu. Ooh, I saw that one, but I didn't look into it yet. I have to look into it. We've been quite busy with Tailwind itself and the next version and a new CLI and general improvements, all that kind of goodness. Okay, so we probably also want an empty state, and I do think I have an empty state thingy. It's not that painful, to be honest. Okay, I will still look into it. So if events.length is like 0, then I want to render an empty state. Message key food. Oh, this is so ugly in this scenario. Message, and I think I had footer. Yeah, this is like a full-on card, so that's kind of no-no. Okay, new tactic. Dax, okay. There are no events on this date. Kind of ugly. But one thing we can do is flex this thing. Do I need to? No, one thing I can do is, well, flex item center, justify center, text center, center all the things, width full, and height of at least 36. Is that too big? $48. This is really ugly. H full. Let's see what the full so this is not nice. So let's say we have wait, what? Oh, okay. How big is this? It's quite big. So let's say 64. This is kind of okay. And then what I can do is a sparkles. That's kind of fun. Class width, and in this case we want it pretty big. Text gray 400. Ooh. And let's get rid of this background color. And now our sparkles, I want them to, okay, delete till here. This should be from outline. It's a bit nicer, but it's still ugly. What's the size for this one? 8? Only 8? Okay. There, fixed it. And then in this case we can also do flex call. And then And I guess we can cheat a little by making the width smaller. And then using something like MXAuto to center it. Okay, and this we can shrink a little bit more. There we go. Mintage, welcome, welcome. Thanks for the follow. Okay, so let's look at better stuff now. Okay, so this is, hello, how are you doing? So this is kind of okay. I'm not 100% happy with how it looks, but I guess I can make like a dedicated view for this line. I wonder if we have some spots where we have like more than 2 events on a day. Is that something I have in my development seeder? Do those lights keep the mosquitoes out? I can make it so, let's see. What did I just do? Okay. I can do ventilate. Now it's going to be greenish. And this one is pretty cool. But let's go to this one again. Oh, I guess I wasn't using this one, was I? Which one was I using? Crap. This one? This one? The one from my girlfriend? I think it was this one. Yeah, this one is fine. Little flex over there. Don't worry about it. So what I wanted to look at was the... am I in the development seat? Yeah, okay, good. Weird flex, but okay. Improvoter. Are you Andreas by any chance? Or are you Tom? I'm not sure. I am not sure. Expose yourself. Ho Prime. Well, welcome. Thanks, Prime. How was the stream? How was the front ends? Tell me. Okay, enjoy the kids. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for the follow, Ninja Panda DK. Thank you for the follow, MVA Gusta. Front end sucks. I know. Did you get the rotates and the scales and everything working? But I'll let you go and look at the kids. Thanks for the follow, everyone. I am currently working on a little invoicing application. And essentially today we built this calendar view. Rotates and translates work like a charm. Nice. Can you lerp it? Are the lerps working? So today we built like this little calendar view. And we have a bunch of invoices. So what we are doing is we have the current month that's a bit darker. The design is pretty ugly-ish. Lerps like a boss. Nice. A fellow Norder. Yes. Mosquitoes suck. Yep, that's true. So like these little dots are actually just invoices, and we pop up a little panel, and in case we have multiple invoices, like on here, we have like multiple, and the state is shown. So let's see, what is this chat all about? Holy smokes. Okay, thanks for the follow, Esther04. Thanks for the follow, O'Flake. Mish Abdel Halim, Spyro4, Big Astract, Penturia. Oh my goodness, all these nicknames, I'm so sorry. Jobis, Neutral Dead, that's an interesting name. Oh boy. Headless UI is dope, thanks. Thank you. Not bad, not bad. Project, I don't have a... Oh, this project thingy is incorrect. West programmer, sorry about that. It's it was from a few streams ago. So this one is my little project. Maybe I can give you a better overview. Let's see, what do we have here? So this is the little dashboard. I'm using Next.js for the stack. So it's all front-end here. So if you're coming from Prime Stream, I don't know if you like front-end. So we have some info boxes at the top. We have some fun little gamification going on. Thanks for the follow, Taypoxing or something. Fun little gamification. So because we know when everything happens, we know how to calculate these statistics. We have a little weird graph going on here with all the invoices or the last 20 invoices. There's like the calendar we were working on today. We have upcoming invoices. It's kind of funny because these are all like generated and fake data. Thanks for the follow, Improvator and Mr. Rem Alex and Greencoat and GS Vault. These little red things is basically because the state is draft or sent, but it's like in the past. Yeah, it's in the past. The due date is in the past, so it's like an important one. So that's why there's like annoying things going on. Here's like a full timeline of recent things that happened. We have a list of clients, which if you look into a specific client, you get that gamification thing here again, some little overviews, all information of this company. Like a must-have for a lot of applications is the time zone difference. All the contacts, an overview of the invoices per quarter. Je t'aime, Robin. Oh, thank you, I guess. Did you use a library for the graph or you made it yourself? This graph is made from scratch using SVGs and Tailwind. Maybe I can show you that in just a second. So so what did I show here? Yeah, so this just has like basic information of the currency, language, company name, email, time zone, context, all the invoices. Again, some interesting like summaries. And this is like the full timeline. It starts with like edit the company, edit some contacts, edit more contacts. These are like grouped together, invoice related stuff. Thanks for the follow, Stresh1 and Pascat. I'm sorry for butchering all the names. Then this is a list of all the invoices, and they are currently scoped for your current account, because we also have the concept of an account. So you can think of it as your own company or companies you work for. And then the best part, I think, is when you look at an actual invoice. We generate this data. We have a header, some important information. This is pretty long actually, but it's kind of okay. And this is also generated using React, and you can create a PDF from it. And we make sure to calculate the available space, because if you put this stuff in between here, that wouldn't fit anymore. So that's why there's like a new page going on. And yeah, so I don't know who asked it. Wait, is it? I was about to say, is it main Ken pix, but it looks like Monica pix, which is kind of funny. So the actual SVG is implemented using, let's see. SVG, and we have like our data, and we draw some lines, and we use like Tailwind for styling, and we use these foreign objects, and with this you basically can have like HTML in your SVG. So that's the little pop-ups you get for the current amount, and the actual graph. So the lines you see is this polyline. So if you don't do that, then you just see little dots if it compiles. So there are the little dots. And then to get like the actual rounded thingies, we use these points. And there's like a little neat trick that's going on here. I'm not like fully on the dots yet, but it's still showing. And that's basically because I'm using like a bigger hit area. And I think I can show you that by doing the following. bgred 500. Is it on div, this div? Yeah, so this is like the hit area when it shows up behind the scenes. That's kind of fun. Then there's like some width and height that's currently hard-coded, but that's fine. And then these are the actual circles. And that's about everything you need to know about this SVG. One thing that's kind of fun to do is basically knowing how tall it is. So for that, what I have is a function points, and I give the width and height data. I map the data, and what this will do is essentially like get a minimum value, get a maximum value, and then map every value between those values. And that's how you get to this number. Are you using the Jabai to manage your windows? I am not. I'm using Amethyst currently. Also, feel free to join the Discord. So this is basically everything you need to know, I think, for the SVG. And here is the little map function that we use so that we can say like map some value that's between 0 and 1, and we want to map it between like to a value from 0 to 100, for example. So in this case, it would have been value which goes from 0 to whatever the max value is, and we can map it from 0 to like the height or something. Amethyst, the Rust game engine, using it as a window manager, truly flexing here. Yes, yes, of course. I have no idea what you're talking about, but yes. So yeah, that's the little system we've been working on. And here is like the stuff we were working on today, so that we could click these things. One thing that's kind of annoying is that you can't close it. So maybe that's something we should fix. Let's see, how are we going to do this? Let's add a little, let's think. Okay, I can do this like rapids, and then add a button with a little X icon that's gonna be below it. That's not what we want. Item center and justify between. That should give me something nicer. Okay, cool. And then I think we have like a, is it a close icon or is it an X icon? Yeah, X icon is gonna be fine. Let's see, something like this. Oof. That's way too big. This is better. This is better. Text gray. Something like this maybe. Yep, that's fine, I guess. And then whenever we click this thing, we want to say set, what did I call it, view date to null. Okay. Then one other thing I want to do is when you click one, this is the 12th, but now this little block is not highlighted. So I think I want to render that as well. Let's see, how are we going to do that one? I have a function down here already. Thanks for the follow, Karim. So sorry for butchering all these names. So if we have like a view date and is same day, and what is the same day? The current one, which is gonna be this little block, and the one that is open. If that's the case, let's look at, do I have stripes? I do have stripes, but I guess it won't work because we already have this BG gray there. Okay. Let's see if my logic is correct. So one thing we could do is just add like a border 2. Yeah, so that's working. It's probably not visible on the stream itself. This should be better. Okay, so whenever we click something, that should work. And I guess when we click it again, we also want to close it. Thanks for the follow, Victor Rodriguez. So what we can do here is doing essentially this. Existing, I don't know. If value is the current one, then we return null, otherwise we return current. And this should make it toggleable, but it does not do that. Why is that? Oh, is this like canceling stuff? Let's see. This is gonna be view date, I guess. Oh, this is gonna be a different why are class names instead of just class for the CSS? Why are class names instead of just class for the CSS? I have no idea what you mean. Do you mean why I have like all of these class names, or why I'm using class names a function, or why I am using this class name property? Please elaborate. Oh, I have to do this. Is same day. Yeah, this is something I have to do. Is class name a keyword? It's what JavaScript uses. So you have in HTML, you have an attribute class, but the property, how you can access it in JavaScript, it's class name, and that's why React chose to use class name instead, because it's more JavaScript than HTML. Or something you made up. No, that's a real thing. Okay, so now I can click stuff and it opens it, but I can also click again to sort of toggle it. So apart from the fact that this border one is like super ugly, Let's fix that one. Hi 4-line code, how are you doing? How are you doing? Do I have BG stripes? I do have BG stripes, but I wonder if I can combine them with... Okay, so now I have little lines, which is kind of nice, and then I want something like blue 500s. It's been a while. It's true. It's true. Very true. So this one is sort of fighting with this one because I'm essentially applying two class names, which is not ideal. So one thing that I could do is the following. Wrap this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Wait, did I something like this? It would be nice to have a transparent border on a normal state and change only the color so that would not jiggle. Yeah, that's true, but I don't want to implement a border. Thanks for the follow, Rodrigo. I don't want to implement a border only on the current date, and then it's not really an issue. But basically I want to get this one in like a bluish and then like white stripes, but I'm sort of getting my stuff wrong here. So if this is the same date, then we want to do this, otherwise this, otherwise this. Oh, I pasted that twice for some reason. So now it's bluish, way too blue. It's a nice blue though. $50. This is sort of okay. Oh, is everybody playing cube game? Nice. Let's do a shout out to the creator of the cube game, Mr. Trash Dev himself. And I hope I have spelled his name correct. Did I? Or did I fail? I probably failed. I didn't fail. Yes. Yes, I didn't fail. Alright, nice. Get the cubes. I don't know what happens if you win actually. So that's gonna be interesting. How do you even win? You have to hit the corners, I think. It's like the DVD game. So one thing you can do is, am I still going? Yeah, I'm still going. So I hope I've... Well, it's not really a game, but you know what I mean. Alright, so this is working now. This close button is working. Okay, cool. Yeah, do I want to change something else? I really don't like that there's like overlap here. So maybe I should implement it in sort of a modal way, which is kind of interesting. Let's see what it will look like, and then we can see if we want to keep it or not. So what I can do is something like, let's use a fragment. And if we have a fragment, one thing we can do is add an additional div with like class fixed inset 0 bg gray 700, and let's add a opacity thingy. Is the event box which pops out position absolute? Yeah, it currently is. Yeah, so this is kind of interesting because my scrolling is sort of broken. I can ignore all the pointer events, so there is a mosquito in here. Nice. Stupid animals. So I don't hate this actually, but I just think that I want to keep the right side in frame as well, if that makes sense. But I don't hate it. Another thing that we can do is like a slide over from the right. Hello. How do you pronounce it? It's always hard to pronounce your names. I'm sorry. Weasley? Weasley? Is it like... Oh, like that. Okay, I got it. Weasley. Cool. So I'm not sure. It's so strange. It works. I don't know. So one thing I want to test is what happens if we have multiple events. And I can test it in multiple ways, and one way is to generate more data. The other way is by cheating, and that's the way I'm gonna use it, or how I'm gonna do it. So what I will do is wherever we have events, I'm going to say events.concat, 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 event, and then say events is this thing. So now we have like a list, and of course it's overflowing, but that was sort of expected. So one thing we can do is we can use flex, and we can use flex call, of course. And then one thing we need to do is we will make this, I think it's going to be overflow hidden, so it will cut it off. But now you won't be able to scroll inside the box. So in here, what you want to do is let's make this a big red box, and then overflow auto. And now we do have like scroll bars all the way, which is not good. So this is because we are using this big padding up here. So let's move it to the sides. Oh no, it's because of these paddings. Okay. So no padding at all. That's fine. And we can move the padding to this part. I am really upset since 2 days. Oh no, what happens? Why? I'm sorry. What's happening? Is there anything I can help with? Okay, so this scroll bar, oh, I know, it's scrolling because of the little thing there. Okay, so we can fix this. We can fix this by cheating, and instead of doing, is this correct? I think it's correct already. Yeah, okay, this is fine. Now we have a little scrollable box. I should be able to go to them. Yep, that makes sense. All right. Now I can drop this thing. Nice. What's happening, Wisili? Why are you upset since 2 days? Oh, you were ready. I had an interview which I got 5th. I got 5th. As well as full screen mode, so I passed all 3 was with quality analyst junior for. Okay, that's a lot of interviews. Are you using a Vim GUI? It looks sleek. No, I'm using NeoVim. You can find them on my. You can find my dot files on GitHub. I think I have it as dot files. Yeah. Is it not better to open the invoice in a new tab? Sure, but everything is in the same tab currently. Then I have done correctly at 5. They wanted me to return a new array. There was an object that was so with a map method return name and bonus. Okay. And they wanted me to filter less than 100. Okay. They did not let me know that was about React. So you had like a list of stuff and you needed to filter and then render something? Oh, lack of comfort with React, you mean? Oh, I see. So if you have stuff like that, there's like 2 things you can do, right? Either you know your stuff and they have feedback like that, and in that case you just don't want to work for them in the first place. And if you didn't really know what the correct way of doing it was, then you can use that feedback to improve yourself. I was going through 4JS. Yeah, that might be some miscommunication. All right, is there anything else I want to do on this list? If not, then I'll probably call it a day for now. And maybe we can find somebody to raid. Let's do that. Yeah, that's annoying indeed. Jordan is live. Let's raid Jordan. Okay. Vape Juice Jordan. Let's copy that thing. Let's raid Jordan. Thanks for the follow, William MB. All right. So raid incoming. I can't promise when I'll stream again. I'll try to stream more, but I say that every time and it's not always happening. I don't have a good structure yet, or yeah, you're welcome. Obviously, it kind of sucks, but yeah. Maybe next time you can say, "Is this for JS?" And if they say no, then you can just quit already. So yeah, make sure to join the Discord. I will be posting there when I'll go live. I even position for junior. Yeah, that's rough. When I go live, I put it on Discord. Follow me on Twitter. That's important stuff. I also share like screenshots and other stuff from the project I've been working on. Not everything is streamed, so a lot of it is streamed, but not everything. Sometimes I just want to work on stuff and improve it if I need it myself. in the Discord, you will find a lot of screenshots and explanations for that. So yeah, thank you, and I'll see you next time.